Okay, boys and girls, we are going to work more on our earthworm book that we're making this week. So we've done the first page, which is Watch Me Learn All About Earthworms. We put our name on the first page, and you may or may not have colored it in. We signed the second page, which was all the facts. So we're going to read them and go over them again. So earthworms have smooth, wet skin that is made up of many small rings. These rings are called segments. All along the worm are short, stiff hairs that allow the worm to move. Worms do not have arms, legs, or bones. Worms have a front end, which is the anterior end, and a back end, the posterior end. They do not have eyes or a nose. Earthworms live in the moist soil. They need the soil to survive. Earthworms lay their eggs in cocoons. Baby earthworms look just like adult earthworms, only smaller. Earthworms eat rotting plants or dead animals. Not too gross, think about it, so do we. Earthworms protect themselves by hiding in their burrows. They can also grow new tails. Some earthworms can live up to 8 years, but usually they are squished or eaten by another animal before they have lived 1 year. Yes, they are important to the soil. Their burrows help air and rainwater get deep into the soil. The burrows help to make the soil rich, which helps plants grow. Okay, so that was page 2. And for page 3, it says, let's describe worms. Directions. Write adjectives in the clouds to describe worms. So this earthworm we talked was wet. It helps the earth. Has rings, which are also called segments. Can make burrows. They have hair. They don't have eyes. They're smooth. They live in the soil. They lay eggs, and they no nose. So that was page 3. So for page 4, let me put these over here. We're going to make a chart or a graph. This says earthworms, they can, they have, and they are. So the very top, we see our name first. So let's go ahead and write our name on the top of the paper. So after our names, let's think about what earthworms can do, what earthworms have, and what they are. So are earthworms wet or dry? They're wet, so we can say earthworms are wet. So if we say earthworms have hair, it would be what? Earthworms have hair. What can earthworms do? They can what? What do they make in the soil, those tunnels? The burrows. So they can burrow. Okay, so we have 3 things down. What about their rings? Where would that go? Can earthworms ring? Do they have rings or they are rings? They have rings. So we can write the word rings. What about if we said they are smooth? Where would smooth go? Under can, have, or are? They would go under are, right? So earthworms are smooth. So we're going to write the word smooth in that column. What if we said lay eggs? Where would lay eggs go? Under can, have, or are? I'm going to say can, right? Earthworms can lay eggs. What if I said they have no eyes? That would go under have. Earthworms have no eyes. What else don't they have? They don't have a nose. So we can also put no nose. So far we have earthworms can burrow. They can lay eggs. Earthworms have hair, rings, no eyes, no nose, and earthworms are wet and smooth. So let's go here and put that as a done page. And now we have this page, which says parts of an earthworm. So this one we need to cut, but first let's write our name on the top of the paper. And I'm going to read you what it says. It says parts of an earthworm. Directions. Cut and paste the body parts onto the worm. So we need scissors for this activity and a glue stick. So I'm going to go run and get mine. And while you're getting yours, okay, so we are cutting and pasting, which is always good to do. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and look here. Do you think I'm gonna cut here? No, right? I'm gonna cut here on the dotted line. So we're gonna go ahead and cut the dotted line, just like that. And I always am checking now that it's still recording, okay? So we have 4 rectangles here and 4 rectangles here. So we need to cut out these rectangles. So let's do that. Remember, just take your time. You can always pause the video. Miss Laura's been doing this for years. So I kind of like to cut and try to get as many sides as I can with one cut. So I cut around them, and now I'm gonna cut this one off and this one off. And then I have my 2 rectangles. I'm gonna do the same one with this one. I kind of like to cut up both sides of one. The long side here, both sides again. Ryan, I'm on my video, sweetie, just so you know.
Sorry.
That's okay. And that side there. So again, I have like the square, and I'm gonna cut that side and that side. Awesome. All right, if you need time to cut, just pause the video. Okay, so everyone should have their name. They have cut out the rectangles. We don't need our scissors anymore. And we're gonna use a glue stick. So let's go over this. We have our worm, okay? We have the anterior, the posterior, the segments, and the clitellum. So, remember, earthworms do not have eyes or a nose. They just have a mouth. So we're going to be able to determine the front of the worm just by how it's going and gliding, okay? So we're following the worm. The front of the worm, remember, is the anterior. The anterior. So we're gonna glue the word anterior right there. Now these are all those little segments or rings. So we're gonna take segments and glue those right there. So we have 2 words left. We have posterior and clitellum. So this is the end of the word, or the back of the worm. So he's gonna be posterior. And this little thing right there, that is the clitellum. There we go. So now we can add that into our book. So far, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 pages in our book. And tomorrow we'll finish our book with our last page. All right, boys and girls, have a good day. We will talk tomorrow. Bye-bye.